I want to tell two really brief stories about two leaders whom I've experienced in my life. One named John, one named Jane. So they're natural mentors, and they have natural empathy and compassion. And although they're both very tactful, they'll look you right in the eye and tell you what they think and what they believe and what they feel. And so some of those elements that come together, I think for me that's what charisma is, that's what presence is, that's the type of person whom I believe others follow.
Leadership as a subject has been the subject of human curiosity. And there have been a multiple number of lenses through which this phenomenon has been viewed. So we like to define leadership as the collective capacity of a human community to evolve and realize its own future.
So Mahatma Gandhi, if you could just go ahead. Extraordinary man or extraordinary deeds. He had some very natural skills to speak, communicate from the heart. So he was polite but very assertive.
Why transformation? If we are sitting pretty today, what's the problem? We have to guide and gear that system, the organizational system, the collective, to be effective, survive and thriving in that new reality also. The agenda is now to begin the exploration of the actual process, the appreciation, visualization, actualization.
One of the key points is framing the question unconditionally positive. The unconditional framing of the question is really important if you want to get to a certain point. If you don't want a meeting, or if you don't want a desire where things focus on the negative, you have to start with a positive question.
You know what your strengths are. You know where you can potentially reach. How do you translate that into a picture, which exemplifies you, which you can look up to as a vision for yourself?
It could be a real vision for the company I work for. So internal audit, kind of known for compliance, but where I'm taking my team is more about insights to deliver value for shareholders and stakeholders.
So when I joined the firm, the Detroit office was 12th in income, as you can see, and these numbers look low, but actually when you think there's 50 offices, so it was a good office. So this isn't a story about turnaround. It's really a story of building on excellence. So after the first year, we won the Manpower Global. We're a Manpower subsidiary. We won the Manpower Global Power Award for operational excellence, which was presented to the organization in Manpower that best serves its people and its clients. And then the next 2 years in a row, we won the firm's highest award, which is Office of the Year. And we were also selected as one of the best places to work in Michigan.
We want to go from a home improvement retailer, concentrating on the stores, to a home improvement company, so that customers can engage with us wherever and whenever they want. This is a pretty daunting task. I've never done anything as an insider. I've joined several companies as an outsider and come in and restructure. We had to first appreciate our need for change and what strengths did we have to build on. And the strengths were that integrated collective wisdom of the team.
And so when you think about what Carolyn did, she initially had the vision, and that was a very lonely vision. She was the only one saying, hey, we need to change the way we're doing right now. And at first, nobody was happy, even the people that were going to be there long term. I mean, the IT auditors, who you thought would be like the new stars of the team, were like, hey, we're IT auditors. We don't do that other stuff. You're diminishing our role here. So everybody across the board was uncomfortable with the idea of going forward and changing. However, Carolyn had that courage and had the integrity to stand in front of people and say, this is mine, I did it, and follow me. So she led by example. She had integrity. She had courage to get the ball rolling.
The members of Greaves Cotton and Dib Labs in the room. So shall we please welcome them to the program?
So guys, I honestly feel very proud of being part of this team, talking about this company. I think it's a small company, just 50 odd people. These are people with a clear sense of purpose, that they're helping humanity.
With Greaves Cotton, all of this said, we work as a team. Supportive work environment. It was a very supportive work environment in terms of, whether it's the peers or the bosses. So the environment came out to be very supportive.
This, in a sense, is our DNA, is what's our core. It's what is really available to us. This is what, on the strength of which we have come to where we are today. This is not the only thing, but these represent the significant themes. Now, if this has brought us to where we are, if we were to strengthen this further and, of course, add on other qualities or other talents along the way, what's the finest that our respective system or organization could reach?
This is the vision about Greaves Cotton Limited. What we are saying that what should be their vision, and we are at 2011 right now, so the time is very limited. They should do that global connect. For them it is a new start. It's in 4 years time they have to have that aggression to reach this Greaves into the connected to the entire globe and exporting or manufacturing with all the countries wherever possible.
What are possibility propositions or impact statements? So these are statements of expression that bridge the best of what is with one's own image or anticipation of what might be. In some sense, what we're saying is they bridge these with this.
Business outreach is, we now sell existing products in neighboring SAARC countries. We have launched new products in these markets. As a result, our region now contributes, the present is about, let's say, 30 to 35% of the total company turnover, now contributes 50% of the turnover because we've increased the market outreach of the product.
I noticed kind of learning occurring on multiple levels. Learning occurs as we do work, and we, when you think back, this is a course on leadership, right? So it's how we ourselves kind of get into the environment as we're working, then also what's going on in addition to that. So someone said to me, I'm not really good at writing these things out. HR people are good at writing things out, and people who study language, but I'm not good at this. I'm good at the actualization part of actually making things happen, but I'm not good at writing about this. But it's interesting, each group produced a good product. And so that's what leadership is. If you think back to our first day, the first day when we started, Sunil said a quote from Peter Drucker, who said the task of leadership is to create an alignment of strengths so that weaknesses become irrelevant, right? So when you think about that, there were people at the table who were uncomfortable with the idea of writing this out. That was an area they're not good at, but other people took over and made this happen.
It is appropriate that we discuss this case, try to understand what happened, what could be some of the processes that we are familiar here during the workshop, which can be reflected in that case study. Top part is from the caterpillar to butterfly. Looks great from outside, but something happens to the caterpillar, right? It's a pretty painful journey for it. It's not really as nice as it looks from outside. This is something which has a direct bearing with whatever we are doing. The people who are doing the work are the moving force behind Apple. My job, Steve Jobs said, my job is to create a space for them, to clear out the rest of the organization and keep it at bay. So let people find their own vision to actualize in the context. Scully was taken by Steve Jobs from Pepsi-Cola to market the company, and he became the CEO and Jobs had to leave. In other words, it brings us to this whole issue. They did not really appreciate what they were good at, right? And they were sacrificing their own strengths and trying to emulate something which was not their own.
Okay.